Here we go. We got some more of the flight crew here. So we're building the bomber tee. Mountain Home High School is building. It's already got a name. You know what the name is?
No,
Have you heard what the name is?
No.
It's the Blue Bomber.
The Blue Bomber?
So it's a 27. And I'm actually on the school board, so I had a vote on this, our policies.
Yeah.
And part of the policies are that you have to go by your real name.
Okay.
So you can't be Sally if your name is Bob. And if your name is Jane, you can't be John, yeah. So you at least have to answer roll call to your right name.
Okay.
But we're hot rodders here, so we kind of bend the rules a little bit. So you guys, I don't use last names, but you guys got us. I'm BC. This is the Bomber T build. Who are you?
I'm Logan. I don't.
He's Logan. It's Logan. How simple can that be? Who do you want to be? You can be whoever you want.
Just Dylan's fine.
Just Dylan's fine.
Yeah.
We got Logan and Dylan, and what we're gonna do, we got a big decision to make. What does this thing look like?
Yeah.
Obviously, we want to be blue and gold.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, we need them shark's teeth on the front, you know, like a but that's gonna be y'all's call. So what we did, we laid out 4 different grill shells on the floor. So you want to kind of hold them up there. These are the molds. This is the mold. So if you can envision, so this is a 34 style. Kind of put that where it would be in the front.
Right about there?
Yeah, about there, down a little bit. Yeah, you can tell right there what that is. Okay, so that's a 34 style, and it's kind of swoopy in the front. All right, now this is a 23 you got, right about there. Yeah, now straighten it up a little bit. There you go, so it'll look about like that. That's a 23. All right, what else we got here? That is like kind of a one of a kind from us.
I've never seen this one.
Well, it's like a track nose that it comes in. It's kind of like a bomber nose, but then I blended it in with that 23 grill shell that you just had. So well, actually, you got it. It needs to go this way, like this. It looks about the same, but them little wings on the bottom, that kind of covers the frame. But the back side of that one, the 23 and that 34 style is all, the back of this is a 23 opening. So we can use the same radiator on that.
All right.
Now this one, we got a 32 grill shell. Now a 32 grill shell would be much taller than that. So we've taken a 32 and cut it down. And it takes a little bit different radiator. So that's our 4 choices. So what do you think? We've got some serious mold problems. The boys are gonna learn how to do mold repair. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna take it apart. And then I think we might try to get some of these ready, and it'd be even better if we pull all the parts and have a part to look at with the car.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll take them all to the school. And so which one you like best? Logan.
This one.
They'll hear both leaning towards the 34.
The open concept looks best.
All right, it's cool. It's a cool grill shell. That's a one of a kind also for Spirit. That's my design. These little flanges on the edges, that kind of hides some of the frame as it comes up over the edge of the frame. And then again, you can see the back opening here is the same opening as what this 23 would be, so we can use the same radiator.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get all them to the school and show them some parts. I think we'll get some excitement there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And just a little bit of instruction, and these boys are on their way to getting it done. So we're cleaning up all the molds now. We're going to make one each of all these different grill shells. We're going to put them in the new system, taking apart this mold and getting it ready. We actually pulled there was a 32 grill shell in the mold. Hold it out. I hear it's apart. Okay, it sounded like it was apart. There we go. Maybe not the best way to do it, but the instructor was not on the job on this one. That's my bad, not yours. Well, hopefully corporate is not watching this video, because this is the heart of the company right here. Molds are the main thing, and these boys are learning. You're what, 20 minutes on the job here, and they're already doing mold repair. Amazing. They're doing a good job. They got the concept. cleaning the edges right now. And we're going to prep the edges so we don't have to do this every time. The molds were just not properly repaired in the first place. In the house. Big win last night.
Yep.
Yep. I don't know what's better, a big win or getting this thing fixed.
Yeah, this is pretty bad last time.
It's pretty bad. It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. So tell me about last night, man. What's going to happen next week? Can you tell me about
It's
that?
going to be the same thing next week.
Same thing? You know what happens with the same thing?
Yeah, home playoff game.
Home play. Yeah, it hadn't happened since when?
Like 2006.
You got it down. 2006 was the last home playoff game in Mountain Home. So.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, good deal. We started without you. These guys are like, get it done. It's amazing. All right, so the white is off of there. You know what that white was?
That
White was the gel coat from the part that we had to pry off. And that could have just as easily been orange tooling gel on the part, and it would have ripped off the entire mold apart. See these little holes in here? That's gel coat that got ripped off of the mold.
Yeah.
And stuck onto the part. So it was missing white and added orange tooling gel. The guy that did this,
Did not wax.
that was in charge of the shop here, what would you think he made? I'm just gonna ask you, what do you think he made an hour?
32.
Close. Very close. A little less, but not much. And I don't know for sure.
29.
Well, I don't know for sure because I wasn't here, but I do know.
You made a lot.
I'm watching you guys here in an hour. You kind of get the concept. You know, our basketball team in high school, junior high, we didn't win a game all junior high.
Yeah.
So by the time we got to high school in my sophomore year, it was like we were kind of like didn't think we could win. And you know what our coach used to say all the time? We may have to bleep this out. That was a half-ass, lackadaisical effort. Yeah, that's what we do. That's why we lose, you know, and we didn't care. So guess what this is right here?
That same thing.
Yeah, it's exactly what that is. It doesn't take that much energy.
To wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off, or do it the proper way. It doesn't take any more effort to do it right than it does to do it wrong. So I'm impressed so far. Because you know what old people say about you guys? Oh, you got no work ethic. All you do is play video games.
Some of us do, some don't.
Well, you know what Waffle's answer was? He said,
Why don't you play some video
well,
games?
some old people play some video games. You don't spend your life doing it, but what's wrong with playing a video game here? So you go fishing, you do whatever your hobby is, that's fine. Work hard, play hard. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we're getting it. This is like, oh, we got a name for this. Did you know that?
No, you didn't tell me.
It's the Blue Bomber.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, you guys kind of influenced that, but it's the Blue Bomber. So it's the Bomber T. We're building a Bomber T for Mountain Home Public Schools called the Blue Bomber. You missed it, but they were all these grill shells. We're getting them all prepped. So we're going to have a choice. What kind of grill shell does it get? So
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah, you weren't here, so you don't get a choice. You don't get a vote. You were absentee. So anyway, back to work. We'll show them how to repair this in the rest of the video, and then probably wrap this video. People don't like to watch, but you guys got no attention span. Shorts do better. More than 12 minutes on a long video, that's pretty long. So anyway.
Maybe want an hour and a half video if I have to. Or if I'm bored.
Well, we'll have to do the long version too. We're going to tell the whole story. And we're going to have it done this year. So if you can tell in there, even after I grind it, some of this white stuff here is where the fiberglass itself is actually splitting off. So that all needs to be ground off. And it needs to be ground off looking something like this right here before you start doing any repairs. I've got everything ground out pretty good. I've wiped it with acetone and it's pretty clean in there. Right now what I'm going to do is try to isolate those areas so I don't get my mold repair goop. We'll just call it mold repair goop all over the mold. I just want it where it needs to be repaired. Alright, do you know what this is?
Yeah.
It's flubber.
Whopper.
You know what flubber is?
No.
No? It's a proprietary substance here. You know how apprenticeships and journeyman and master thing works? You're like an apprentice.
Yeah.
I'm like a master.
Yeah.
So I've been around a long time. And actually I've been around a lot of different people. So you can't store buy this. I was just concocting it here. So some things you just don't want to tell your competition. But you would always tell your apprentice. So this is top secret. Love it. So at some point I'll tell you guys how to mix this. But for everybody out there, look up flubber. You don't know what flubber is?
No.
You know why? You're not old enough. Look it up. We have to come up with flubber. So what we did, we're kind of like surgeons here. And see how it's a little bit messy?
Yeah.
I
That's why the masking tape's there.
That's why we put the masking tape, because we only want it in the hole, not here.
Yeah.
So, I actually had one of our customers send me a t-shirt one time. It was pretty nice of them. It said plastic surgeon on it. So we're doing surgery on the mold here, something we don't like to do, but
Kind of have to.
you got to. So we got our secret formula going on. You don't want it too thick. I've got it mixed so if you just use gel coat, and some people will just use gel coat, what'll happen, it'll shrink up a little bit, and it just doesn't dry fast. The gel coat needs to be air inhibited. So it's when you put the gel on against this mold, it's air inhibited, but when you put the resin on top of that, the resin actually has some paraffin in it, and that paraffin floats to the top, and it air inhibits the backside. So that's why the back of your part is never sticky. Where if you gel coat something, and sometimes you feel it's a little bit sticky, and especially you go to sanding on it to buff it, and it's on a repair. I would want to spray this whole thing with gel coat. Then I would spray it with gel coat. But since I'm just repairing these little places,
Doesn't really matter.
we'll sand this, buff it, and you should be able to. You won't be able to tell really once we do the part. You'll have no idea that we repaired the mold.
Unless you know exactly what you're looking for.
We can go prepare this. You probably won't know. It's all about dry times. We're going to leave this dry overnight. I will go ahead and sand it and buff it tomorrow. You guys been sanding and buffing and doing. I've been impressed. Good job today. I think we got quite a bit done today. Moving ahead towards getting a body. Fixing some old problems we have here, but there's that. I could do this one of two ways now. I could either pull all of the tape off and leave it just where it's at, or I could have done this without tape, but then you'd be sanding, you'd have to
Sand everything.
sand everything off, and you might be sanding some of the mold off. Made a mess on the mold, but sanding some of the mold off where you don't want to sand it off. We want to make this smooth when it's done, not to smooth it straight and have the original shape. So, there we are. Good job, guys. I think we're going to wrap it for today here. All right.